Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Fresh Jazzy Funky Finds. This time you will hear some jazz albums. Halfway through we switch to jazz funk, and at the end you will hear some electronic music. First album is by the Foat group. I showed their debut some videos ago. This is the follow-up. The Dancers at the Edge of Time. Had to check the label for the title. This is released in 2015 and it's a very nice album. They switch a little bit the style, but I think that also has to do where they recorded it. So it's a little bit more serene, but it's recorded completely in a church. So this is the church. It's the St. Catherine's Church on the Isle of Wight. And I must say the inner sleeve and the cover looks very beautiful. Like, it's very representative of how the recording sounds. And I think the church has really influenced the players, but also the recording itself. It's very open sounding. It's a fantastic album. Next album is by Dutch artist Benjamin Herman, jazz artist, and he plays the sax. It's really stating the obvious with this cover. This is a reissue. It was originally released in 2007. And this was released on Record Store Day. And it's really 100% jazz. It's called Time Takes a Lifetime. That's not the real title, because the music is part of a documentary of a Dutch poet, and poet's name is Kampert. And that documentary had the title Time Takes a Man a Lifetime. So that's a better translation of the Dutch title, which has a little bit of a double meaning. And it's a very beautiful album. Benjamin Herman plays in different bands, also more funky bands, New Cool Collective for example. But on this album, I must say, I missed it in 2007. So I'm very happy they reissued it again. It was reissued on Record Store Day, and for one time I was really early. I got number 59, or another explanation is I was late and nobody wanted the album. Probably more logical. Switching to another Dutch band that released an album this year are the Jazz Invaders. And the Jazz Invaders have now recorded quite some albums, mostly more jazz or soul jazz, but this time they really go in the direction of jazz funk. And they do it very well. And they move a little bit more closer to Incognito from the United Kingdom. Those have a more of a soul vibe, but also on this one you can hear more soul vibe with the vocals. And I got this one just before summer, and I've been spinning this record a lot of times. It's a very nice, easygoing album. To have it in the background, to pick it up, and sometimes you don't hear it, but it flows in a very nice way. Very nice vibe to it. And now we are into jazz funk. It's a good opportunity to show the album by Gigi Masin. This was also released around Record Store Day. This is not really a reissue, but a collection of songs he recorded just after Rhythm of Life. So Rhythm of Life was really the highlight of Gigi Masin. You can also have heard him when he played with Perica Blue. And he also did some recordings in '77 with Roy Ayers. On those recordings he's mostly playing guitar, on his own recordings he's also playing the piano and the Fender Rhodes. He recorded those directly after his first album, but nobody was interested to finance the album because jazz funk after '77 really got down and it never happened. On the back cover there's a complete story why this happened and how he feels about it, because it also shows he was going to or trying different styles. This is a great example, very funky number, very good. And partly it was sad that it has never been released at that time, but on the other hand now with the vinyl hype it's coming out again and I'm very happy. Some of the master tapes they used were not in perfect shape because there were water damage and so on. Some songs are a little bit iffy, but overall awesome album. And it's surprising that they recorded all these songs and it was never released. I mean, it must be a little bit annoying. Another album which was issued at the time was by Noel McGhie. This is from '75, I guess. I have to check the label. Yes, '75. And Noel McGhie is a drummer. And I'd never heard of him. It is only because of Superfly Records they reissued it. Superfly Records is from France. But all the albums they release are pressed in Japan. That's part of the reason you see the Obi strip. And the pressing quality is really top notch. But I must say, also the album, the music is top notch. It is really an unbelievable album. And originally it is issued by Disc Esperance. Disc Esperance. Don't know. And Superfly Records mainly releases albums, Afrobeat albums, but sometimes there's a very, very nice jazz funk album in between. And I know Bruno from Britannia also very much likes this album and the Superfly. But I think he is very close to the source. And now we switch to electronic music by Nils Frahm. He released in 2016 this album, An Evening with Nils Frahm and his friend Oliver Arnolds. He is from Iceland and they have very much the same taste in music, but also very much the same taste in electronics and how to manipulate sound. And this album is, well, it's a bit special because it's an evening with, so it's recorded in one evening. And if I show you the label, I don't know if you can see it. So the titles of the songs are the time that they recorded it, which is a little bit special. So they started at 8:15. And there you can hear a lot of more piano music. It comes with this nice booklet with photos. And I think they started at 8 o'clock. That's when they met. And this shows what was happening through the night. So the album does not take 7 hours because it finishes at 5 past 3 o'clock in the night. But it shows, of course, the summary of what happened that evening. This is, for example, where they recorded the music on. And the nice thing is, when you go through the album, the style changes. Because I must say, I really like when we are around 1 o'clock midnight, more electronica is introduced. They're playing a little bit with the knobs. And I must say, for a concept, I really like this, because also sometimes they do some crazy stuff, but it really fits with the whole of the recording. I just wanted to... And you just hear some tape hiss, but when you listen to the complete recording, it fits. Very good. And let me say, if you like spaces, this is more electronic, but still it has that same vibe, that same open space, the freedom of recording. And the last album I want to show is a reissue. It is a reissue of a private press by Gigi Masin. He's from Italy. And I showed his compilation from Music from Memory. And this compilation was very, very successful. I think it has been repressed 2 or 3 times. And that convinced Gigi Masin to release his debut album again. So, Gigi Masin is mostly known for ambient music. It's recorded in the beginning of the 80s. It's recorded originally in 86. It's released now on his own label, but if I see the remastering has been done by Wouter Brandenburg from Holland, who is also involved with Music from Memory, so I think it's some kind of cooperation between the two. On the album is a lot of ambient music, but there's also where they introduce other players, so he's not only playing on it. There's also Alexandre Monti, who does the bass, Marco Barel, tenor saxophone, and Massimo Donna, who's playing the trumpet. And then you get this kind of music. And I must say, it's amazing. I'm always surprised that some artists choose to release it private and not go more public with it. If you invest this much time in it and get such a great performance and great songs, a little bit surprising. But I'm now very happy that he decided to release it for a bigger audience, so that people like me can buy it. Well, this was the last song I wanted to show, or the last album. Hope you enjoyed it again, this episode of Fresh Jazzy Finds. Hope to see you next time. Bye.